All right, folks, the phone lines are open, 857-600-0518. I want to discuss something that stands out to me about Rick Snyder and the water situation in Flint, Michigan. Hillary Clinton made a statement essentially saying that Rick Snyder needs to be out. And I agree with her. Rick Snyder needs to be out. Michael Moore goes one step further and says Rick Snyder needs to be charged because people are dying from this. Right. There are people whose lives are going to be changed for the rest of their lives, but they're dying from this right now. And so there is culpability there, and he should be charged. But at a minimum, he should not be the governor of Michigan. That's number one. The problem I have with Hillary Clinton saying that Rick Snyder needs to be out is that she hasn't gone that far with Rahm Emanuel in Chicago, who now the floodgates are open with video after video showing police officers killing unarmed or fleeing black men, only released out because of court orders and conveniently suppressed during an election. That if these videos came out during the election, he clearly would not have been reelected as mayor of Chicago. But while Hillary Clinton is saying that Rick Snyder needs to be out of Michigan, she says that she has support. She has confidence, rather, in Rahm Emanuel. Now, I'm not dumb. I wasn't born yesterday. I understand that Rick Snyder is a Republican, so it is that much easier for her to turn on him, or not even turn. She was never, that's nothing. Let's get out of there, Rick Snyder. But the damage that has been done in Flint, Michigan, and the damage that has been done in Chicago with the schools that have been closed, with the lives that have been changed permanently, with the people who have been killed, and the cover-up, I think that also calls for her to sever her support of Rahm Emanuel, who is now doing all of these photo ops with as many black people as he can. That's the hilarious thing. If you look at fusion.net, they have a story showing Rahm Emanuel just doing photo op after photo op with all the black people he could, trying to do, had an MLK breakfast the other day, trying to rally the support of the black community, only to have black pastors boycott him and to have someone protest in the middle of his event saying resign, Rahm. But he's doing everything he can to convince the black people that he's still good with them, even though it appears as though he has actively suppressed these video not appeared. He actively participated in making sure these videos were not released. Now you can lay the reason, you can determine the reason. The reason is arguable. He can give his case. We believe the reason is so that he could get reelected, but he actively participated in this process. And yet this is still the person that Hillary Clinton has confidence in. I'm not just going to talk about Hillary Clinton. This is still the person that Barack Obama has confidence in. So I think it's disingenuous for us to take the easy route out and only condemn the people who we are not politically aligned with. If we're going to be true to ourselves, if we're going to be true to our constituents, if we're going to be true to our progressive values, then that means that some people who have a D by their name have to go down too. And Rahm Emanuel is the first on my list of people who no longer need to be in office in the United States of America because of the dereliction of duty, because they have let their people down. It's not just Rick Snyder. Granted, the situation in Flint affects the entire city, but so does the closing of some 40 schools. And so does the shooting deaths of so many young black men, not only by police, but by the gang violence in Chicago. At some point, people have to be held to account for their lack of leadership on issues. And I just don't understand. Hang on, I'm lying. I do understand. I simply want to call them on the carpet and say, I don't care if you consider yourself an ally. If you're going to call for Rick Snyder to resign, you need to be calling for Rahm Emanuel to resign, or else you yourself should not get our support. Caller, you're live on the air. What's your name, comment, and or question?